Hi there, this is AmberEnergy, healer and tarot, and I'm bringing you your collective reading for Lionsgate Portal 8/6/25. Okay, so for this collective, I've already pre-pulled the cards because I've been doing a certain system for these specific readings for the portal. But let's get to interpreting for you. All right, so the first card that I pull is my advice card, or I mean my topic card, sorry. And we have the Eight of Wands here. So this collective has either been moving very rapidly or they're about to be moving really rapidly. This is fast energy. This is like ready or not, here I come energy. Okay. This is rapid communication. This is rapid action. This is rapid movement. It's just fast. Okay. It's happening now. It's like now or never type energy. Okay. But now let's figure out what that energy is talking about. What is now or never for this collective? What's going on with you guys? So the first card out was the Four of Cups. With the Four of Cups, I think of this card as like a mopey guy. Like he's sitting there whining like, because he doesn't want to give up these three cups to take this one absolute Ace of Cups from the universe. This is somebody that's letting a true blessing in either love or just like a true positive proposal of a start of something. Like this is the Ace of Cups, and the universe is like, here, take the cup, find your true love, find that new baby, find that new job, find that whatever it is that you need, just take it and have yourself fully filled with love. And he's not taking it, he's not even looking at it, because he's staring at those three cups that he would have to give up to do it. The next card out we have is the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles talks of new opportunity for learning, for growth. It's practical. It could be somebody that's starting to manifest a new project, like a new income stream, or like a new idea. Like they're in that like investing stage. They're growing, they're learning. This is very college student type energy, okay? Like where they don't have anything else they need to worry about except learning right now. And it's so that they can build up to learning the value of the dollar that they're going to be making later on once they get that learning and that education and those lessons and that practicality and that planning started, okay? The third card, we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords talks about a big transition, but following their truth away. They're trying to leave rocky waters, just following their truth after having a hard battle, losing out on the people that they were involved with. And they're just making their way, trying to look for calmer waters. It's very transitionary. It could also be a mental shift, but it could also be actual physical movement, okay? There's past difficulties that this would be needing to get away from. What are those past difficulties, you ask? We have the Seven of Swords reversed. Oh, sorry, it's a little damaged. There's hidden truths that are either going to be coming to the surface quickly. It could have to do with lies, self-deception, avoidance. But it doesn't necessarily have to be about you, collective. It could be about whoever you're dealing with. Maybe they have things that are hidden. But I feel like this is more so self, because this is not a love reading. This is your Lionsgate portal energy update reading, you know? So I feel like this is a self-deception. The next card we have is the Tower. Huge unexpected changes. This is your whole world gets shaken up. This is factory reset. This is like time to start a fresh beginning because you just lost everything type of energy, okay? They are not fun. They are designed to push you out of what you have allowed yourself to suffer in for too long. The Divine's like, we've been telling you to make those repairs. You haven't been making them, so you're just going to need to build a whole new castle. Maybe this one will actually have enough space for you now. Then we have the Devil in reverse. Toxic attachments, no matter how you look at it. It could be because they want fun, sexy times. It could also be because they're mentally abusive. It could be actual addictive type toxic behavior with a relationship, limiting beliefs, a lot of self-negative talk, delusional thinking. But I feel like this collective is actually now breaking out of this. And stepping in to this, which is really beautiful. Queen of Wands is somebody who's confident, somebody who's very self-assured, somebody who has charisma and energy, and they might be a bit flirty. They are a very fiery energy. This is not somebody who's going to take no for an answer because she knows that she can figure out a way to get her way all the time. She's passionate. She's creative. And she's intuitive. She's also fast moving. But she moves based on what feels good, the passion behind it, the spiritual connection, the belief of it. Okay. And it looks like what it's leading towards is emotional fulfillment, happiness. But it's going to take releasing all this other junk from previous, right? So let's see what this previous junk. Yeah, so it looks like we're seeing a actual story here, a storyline from moving from dissatisfaction and avoidance into a period of like major release and liberation, and then into a period of just like purging and detoxifying any of those negative crap that's up here that's driving you crazy, and stepping into that confident, fulfilled, happy self. So why haven't you done this already yet, collective? We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. There's been a lack of wanting to look at yourself and actually have to do the work. You're not sure. There needs to be commitment, and you're not showing the commitment towards your actual self-work. You might think you are. You might say you are. You might do things occasionally. But the level of commitment that's being asked of here is like literally perfecting your craft and perfecting yourself. This is like you do it over and over and over and over and over until you get the habit in and do it perfect. That's what this guy's doing here. He's making them over and over and over and over and over and over, perfecting his craft. That's what you need to do to heal this mental stuff that you've got going on. You have to keep it all day long getting worked through. It can't be something that you're like, oh, well, I did a worksheet last week, and think that you're going to change 15, 20, 30, 40, 80 years of habits that have built into your personality. You know, it's like, think of a word that you say a lot and then try to not say that word ever again. It's hard to break the habit. And that's just one word. Now think of like full mental patterns that go going on. So it has to be something that you're consistent with and you're able to do it. I do see that there has been really harsh judgments or bitterness. Maybe miscommunication or like clarity being clouded or blocked, like not being able to think logically for some reason, not being able to speak your truth in a way that's getting heard. Fighting back just to hurt the person with that sword instead of to protect yourself properly to where you don't even have to be using it. It's bitterness. It's cold. So this is either you or somebody that you're dealing with, but I'm also seeing a cycle that has been being really like resisted to close out. You're close to completion, but you're not finished with it yet. The lessons have to be fully learned before this cycle can close out. So this collective may be a collective that has been dealing with a karmic cycle for a while. And it's because you need to learn how to get your voice back, like Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Keep singing. People have been stealing your truth from you forever and a day. But today and until forever, they're not going to be able to do that anymore because now you are going to be aware of it. Thanks to this wonderful video. You're welcome. And you are going to be able to actually process who's helpful and who's not. And that's where it brings us to the Six of Pentacles here. Stop doing one-way charities that leave you burnt out, exhausted, and out of resources, and then nobody's there to help you afterwards. Especially if in those situations you can't speak your truth and be heard. This is time to worry about yourself. There's an imbalance. This could also be with children. Maybe you lost your child recently or you're separated from your child. This could also be being trapped in the past about something. If it does have to do with children or nostalgia of like childhood, then it's more so in the energy of like you being trapped there for some reason. And that's what's not closing out this world cycle here. So really look for those one-sided charities that are in your life and decide if it's something that you actually feel like good doing. So if it's something that you would do for the people anonymously and you never had to hear a thank you from them, then do those things still. If it's something that you're like, you feel resentment building or you feel let down by the person when they don't respond the right way, or you feel like you're burnt out and you've got nobody to help you, don't do those ones. Okay? That's going to be the best way to figure it out. Would you do it without getting a thank you or recognition? That's how you know what is your pure heart. You are right now in a moment of awakening, collective. This is huge. The divine is looking down at the whole collective right now and seeing everybody for exactly what they have put out into the world. Nobody escapes judgment. It's all just a matter of how you're going to be judged, right? Do you have good karma coming? Do you have good deeds that they're going to be seeing? Or do you have sloppiness? Or do you have laziness? Or do you have selfishness that they're going to be seeing? Whatever you did, what goes around comes around. You're going to be dealing with the judgment for it from the divine. This is nothing that anybody else needs to do to anybody else. This is not go judge your neighbor. This is not let your neighbor judge you. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It's between you and whatever your belief is. If you don't believe in a God, then it's just between you and you. Stop letting other people's voices get in that head and causing that devil in reverse energy. Because you're meant to be confident, not stifled. And then this last card here, we have the Four of Wands, which is a great way to end it out. That's a union, that's complete balance and harmony, a stability. But you have to learn those lessons and make those acknowledgments of the lessons first and be accountable for your growth along the way first. But you're headed towards stability. You're right there. And it's coming fast for you if you can do this work fast. So putting it all together. Your life is accelerating right now with this gate portal. You have to jump on the wagon before it's gone. Don't miss that train. If you're stuck in that stagnant, dissatisfied, pouty energy, then you're missing a huge blessing that the divine is trying to give you right now. Don't blame new loves for old love's mistakes. Don't give up amazing opportunities that could make you so fulfilled because of fear and self-doubt. Let's put it this way. The worst that could happen in any scenario is whatever you're thinking about. That's negative that could happen, right? The best that could happen is that negative thing doesn't happen, right? If you're thinking about the negative thing all the time, assuming already that it's going to happen, you're literally causing yourself to feel the pain already, or the panic or the fear that you would have to go through if it did happen, but repeatedly, like on the spin cycle, it's just over and over and over and over again. You're suffering from something that didn't ever actually happen yet. And what happens is then you cause tons of problems, and you fight unfairly, and you say bad things to people, and you hurt people, and you lose the people, and everything gets taken, and it's chaos, and it's not worth it. Because you just guaranteed that you're going to be miserable, because then you still have to go through that pain later on, and guess what? You've suffered all the way along to get in there. For what? To not be caught off guard? To not be surprised by the negative event? I would rather choose living my life in a way that is fully committed from my side of things to happiness as possible, and let myself deal with the pain if it happens, rather than trying to avoid the pain, but meanwhile hurting myself and inevitably self-inflicting it later. It's time right now that this collective faces any discomfort, any unfinished lessons. Release that bitterness. Address any of the imbalances that you're feeling in your life, any of the unfairness, like partnerships, friendships, whatever work relationships that you have. Get rid of anything that is no longer serving you or doing you justice. This is a hugely transformational message, and it's all about old structures falling apart, but liberation and emotional stability awaiting you. But again, it's happening fast. And I just realized right now too, Lionsgate portal is in August, the number 8, and this is the 8 of Wands. So this is literally, it's this portal. Look, this is all of the light codes and everything getting sent down from the divine to us quickly. So they're telling you, snap into shape. You've got a week. Get your ball rolling. And hey, if you don't, then that's okay. There's always next year. But make that choice consciously instead of lying to yourself saying that you're doing work when you're not ready to do the work. Just tell yourself, I'm not ready yet. I'll wait till next year. And that's okay too. Everybody's on their own journey. And it's our own timelines. That's okay. You don't need to, just because somebody else can do it in a month does not mean that you can do it in a month. You might take 6 years. And that's your journey. It's okay. But what's not okay is lying to yourself about why it took you 6 years. Because then you're giving all of your power away, for one. And for two, you're taking away your control over changing anything. So if you're the reason that it took you 6 years, then you're the reason, and that's okay. That puts some more power in your hands. You are only ever really, truly able to be affected by your own choices. Sure, there could be like random events that happen, but for the most part, if you're in a miserable relationship, you have the choice to leave. There are ways to leave. A lot of times it's like, I don't want to lose all my things. That's a choice. So you sacrificed your happiness and your ability to find true love for your couch and your bed and your clothes and your whatever you didn't want to lose. Don't let yourself kick yourself later on because you were scared and you didn't take the chances that you could have, and you let the world get crumbled around you and you just took the blows and you didn't rebuild. Rebuild, please. Okay? So I think that's all the message I have for this collective. Yeah. And Spirit turned my camera off right then.